Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. It's time for our weekly late-night stream of the game. This is the 7th freaking stream, I believe, that we're actually doing it. So, pretty interesting. If you remember, we're in the midst of the autopsy of the body. It took this long to actually get us to the autopsy. And we're conducting it right now, but we put it on pause because I knew I wasn't going to be able to finish it. So we're going to continue right now. Wait a minute. What is this that just popped up? Oh, perform the field autopsy. It's still there. Okay. I think we did the first part, but we have to do the next 2 parts of the field autopsy, right? There we go. Now, someone made a recommendation. I want to look at it to see what it means. Someone said I had taken the gloves off. Cigarette-stained fingertips, electrochemistry, fingerless gloves. They said I had taken the gloves off. Interfacing. Thick latex gardening gloves in classic canary yellow. Maybe you should retire, take up gardening as a hobby. It's worth the thought. Yeah, didn't you originally get these gloves for the body? But then I couldn't figure out how to cut the body down, so we took them off and did other stuff. So this actually might actually help us. Anything else? What is the coat helping us with? Endurance. Perception. Physical instrument. Inland Empire, the horrific necktie. Composure. The mesh tank top gives me drama. The action speed, esprit de corps. I don't know what that is. I don't know what esprit de corps is. I think everything we have on right now is what I need. So, but the gloves might help, I guess. All right. So I have a few, by the way, I got a few recommendations of things we should do tonight, but that's after we finish the autopsy. So I think we'll continue with the autopsy now. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Based on how the autopsy goes, that's how we'll determine what we do next in the game. All right. All right. Here we go.
The rotting man lies on his side with his eyes looking straight through you. Bits of cargo belt lie on the ground around him. His body is supine and open to intrusion by autopsy. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
All right, we're going to continue right now with the internal examination. Here we go.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
You don't even have a joke.
No.
Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
This is pretty disgusting.
You hear cracks as the lieutenant moves his sharp fingers inside the flesh, like the creaking of an old house at night.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable.
Okay, write it down. It's fractured because, of course, they were hanging him by his neck. So, of course, it basically snapped his neck.
Respiratory system.
He's back hunched as if in prayer. He begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. What's up, Gabriel? Good evening. Good to have you here.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
Look into the mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his.
Look deeper.
It's hard. Once more, you taste stomach acid in the back of your throat. A contraction. Your throat pumps a little something from your stomach and into your mouth.
Ah.
You're forced to swallow, just to keep looking.
Well, I got my health back. I used an item to get it back. Because this is what I found out. When you lose those stats, you lose actual permanent stats while you're doing this stuff. So if you have low health, you have like low endurance, and it makes you start vomiting again. Stuff like that. So you have to try to keep your stats up. All right.
Inside, you see darkness. Just a mess of meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Hemorrhaging present in mucus.
Okay. Write that down.
Hepatobiliary. NA.
Why? We don't have anything?
Are you a hepatobiliary expert?
I don't think so.
Neither am I.
And that's it?
That's it.
All right.
Same for toxicology and serology. NA.
Both?
Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there,
The completionist in me wonders if there's something we could still do.
like a toxicology screening. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
All right. Well, add NA and toxicology requested.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits lividity in the lower extremities, feet, hands, and neck, visually consistent with the hanging. Gastrointestinal.
He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground and pool of feces there. Oh.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
He touches the corpse's bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down and omit the voila.
What's next on the list?
Okay, that's it. So now the description of injuries.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
All right, so we start with bite marks.
Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted.
Okay.
And your opinion, officer?
Opinion fatal injury be non-fatal post-mortem.
Agreed. Next injury?
All right. Number 2, contusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Duh. So write that down.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Beneath, the description of injury. 2 boxes.
Scorpion has asked how long have I been on YouTube overall. I actually created and started a YouTube channel in 2007. The purpose of that channel was to document a trip that I did to the Midwest, United States for a Street Fighter tournament. After that, I literally didn't use it again for like a year. And then I started regularly uploading gameplay videos in the fall of 2008. So if you do the math there, roughly 17 years, now kind of heading into year 18. But it really depends on when exactly you can say I started, because technically it was 2007, but I didn't regularly do it till 2008. So this fall would be my 17th anniversary of regular uploads or 18th anniversary of being on YouTube. Okay? So there you go. Okay. So obviously, non-fatal post-mortem, it was a kid pelting him with rocks.
Right. Next.
Ligature mark finished the autopsy. All right.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact.
Okay, we know what this is from, the strap that hung him.
I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Okay. Write it down. King Ferb says that 20 years a gold watch comes your way. Yeah, right. YouTube, let me put it this way. YouTube actually has on their YouTube Twitter account or X account, they celebrate longtime creators. And I've seen them put up pretty much every creator on the planet, but they don't put me up. They refuse. That shows you how much YouTube really cares about me. Every other major creator that's been doing it forever, all get celebrated on there. Oh, so-and-so just hit their 15th anniversary. So-and-so just hit it. They purposefully won't say a word about me because I'm a harassed guy on the internet, but I guess that's my fault. You know what I mean? So they won't put me on there. Isn't that nice? No, I'm not getting anything. Like, I would be, if by some freak chance I actually hit 1 million subs in my lifetime, I don't even think YouTube would send me the button. I don't think they would. I'm serious. They probably would just like never create it. Nathan Smith, how are you, man? 43 months as a member. He says, hope you're having a good day. Thank you, Nathan. Indeed, I am. Today is a good, fun day. I'm having a good time with everybody. So, all right, let's finish this. Write it down.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
So, opinion, fatal injury, non-fatal post-mortem, right? I mean, here's the thing. If you read what Kim just said, take a look at that, right? So listen to this. I see hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark, depth of the mark 1 centimeter, no signs of clawing on the neck. That means that when he got hung, one of 2 things happened. Either the moment they hung him, the impact snapped his neck and he immediately died, or he was dead before they ever hung him. How do you know that? Because if he was still alive when they hung him, there would be scratch marks on the neck. He'd be trying to try to get out of this. He'd be writhing and trying to get out. So the question is there anything here that we can say could prove that he was dead by the time they hung him or not? And I don't know. He is saying hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark, right? If he was long dead, right? If he was long dead, there probably wouldn't even be that kind of hemorrhaging. So this is actually tricky. This is a tricky question. Outside of everything that we just said, was there any other evidence of anything? Was there a gunshot? No. Was there a stab wound? No. It was probably the hanging that killed him, and I'm going to guess it snapped his neck. So I'm going to say opinion, fatal injury.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start.
So Kim agrees with me. Don't know necessarily if it's right, but Kim agrees with me. Okay, we got some shout-outs to do. Nathan Smith did a 20-pound super chat, and he says we need to fill up the King's coffers tonight. Thank you so much, Nathan. I appreciate you. That's our first super chat of the night. And so that will propel us to $40 of contributions so far tonight. Thank you, Nathan. In addition to that, let me take a look here. There was a troll. So I just ignored the troll. There we go. Okay. Very good. Very, very good. Alrighty. All right, let's continue.
Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
Got a skill point. We leveled up. Oh, we leveled up. He reduces a small bag plastic roll from his jacket, a body bag. Okay. First, how did this go?
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy.
By the way, what was the 4th spot for? Shoot. We didn't ask. So now I don't know what the 4th spot for, or the 4th spot was on the checklist. King Ferb says, hey, don't let anything get to you. Most heroes become outcasts. Remember, you have a loving wife and a family. I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I'm happy with who I've become. I'm happy with the content I put out. I know I don't hurt anyone with my content. I'm not a bully. I'm not a sellout. I'm not a shill. I am good. I've come to terms with everything. I don't care about the nonsense on the internet. I'm a happy dude, so, and I'm grateful. VOD44, I believe you pronounce your name VOD44. What's up? So, for the record, everyone, because people might be wondering, last week VOD, or VOD, came on this stream and gifted 50 memberships, all in one night. And at the time, of course, we were all skeptical. Is it real or not? Because people abuse YouTube's gifted system. They were real. 100% real. So thank you so much, VOD44, for the support the other night. I greatly, greatly appreciate that. And now I can actually say thank you and know that it was real. Thank you so much, man. Tony asks, will I ever play Final Fantasy X again? I'm playing it now for the first time and it's blowing my mind. I would consider it, but I would hope that if I do, there's like a remake. Like if they remake it with better graphics and stuff, then I would probably do it. I don't want to, probably wouldn't want to play the PS3 version again because that's the version that I had played years and years ago. I would hope maybe they'll redo it at some point. So, okay. So, here we go.
We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I will not hold my breath.
Okay. VOD is all one word. It's the correct way to pronounce it, just like on demand. Gotcha. All right. What else?
We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Nicely done. Okay. And what now?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg.
Rip out a copy of the autopsy pages.
For processing.
He looks at the dead man one more time, then at the slip of the red paper in his hand, and at the corpse again.
He's thinking, did I miss something?
Oh, man.
I'm sure we didn't get everything. There's always something.
Well, this is a white check. We could do it again. But, man, this is terrible. It says -1 established probable cause. So what, if we hadn't established probable cause, we would have had a better chance? Well, let's try, but there's no way this is going to work. Unless I could put a point into perception right now if I wanted to. I doubt it's going to help that much. Maybe what I should do is give it a shot, and if it fails, put a point into perception and try again, so I have 2 chances, right? Right? Let's do that.
You run your hands over the victim's cold body, his limbs, his torso with its swollen organs. Maybe you should be more thorough.
Look at his pants again.
You pull down his breeches. Marbling is present around the crotch. The penis has shrunk,
Aha!
crawling halfway back inside him. There is nothing mysterious or noteworthy here.
Can't get enough of that dick.
Do you think we missed something?
You can't shake the feeling that there are more secrets concealed in the flesh before you.
I'll say I got a gut feeling there's more to this.
Okay, well, we are in livor mortis here. He is disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body if we want to conduct another examination, and we need to do it fast.
So I'm assuming what livor mortis means. It's not rigor mortis, but livor mortis. The body is so old that it's legitimately decomposing live. If you don't refrigerate it, it will begin to fall apart. So even if we wanted to do something, we have to refrigerate it so it'll not disintegrate further and destroy evidence. So, yeah, where do we find a fridge for this body?
Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building?
Oh, yeah, we already found it. We already found it. So that's what the ice bear-shaped refrigerator is for.
No, that's an overstatement. It's not actually for storing cadavers, or at least I hope so. I think we should take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over.
And we found the thing that turned it on and off and everything, correct? Yeah. All right, cool. Toasty Chestnuts, I'm glad to hear you enjoyed your WrestleMania vacation. That sounds good. What's up, Vietnamese comrade? Good evening. Scorpion, the answer to your question is an incredibly complex one. It's a series of things that happened over the years, trends on YouTube, my own stubbornness, all kinds of stuff. But to be honest, it would derail the entire stream if we had a conversation about that tonight. I much prefer to have a conversation about that on like a night when we're doing Q&A or perhaps on a podcast. Right now, I definitely want to play the game and make some progress, so I hope you understand. What's going on, Dream Greens? Good evening. It's good to see you here tonight. How's it going? Okay, let's continue.
Let's move. With every hour, whatever we are looking for in the deceased will become harder to find.
Okay. So there is a second check we could do on the body if I
The
level
man
up.
is decomposed. The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath.
Yeah, see, locked. I mean, we could, but let's not do it yet. Let's hold on to leveling because I want to be sure that I use the proper thing. Yeah, we're definitely going to fridge his body. Someone had told me over on this broken fence there might actually be another check to do.
You see a set of tire
Oh,
tracks
yeah.
in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Yeah, take a look. This was something we had done early on. We couldn't understand the tire tracks, but now I have higher visual calculus. All right, we have an even chance here, pretty much. Let's go.
No, these tracks are not interesting at all.
I have
Let
had
the streets
zero
and
luck.
just-
No exaggeration. I've had zero luck with this stuff. Every RNG chance I pretty much have failed, except for one was low and I hit it. Every other one has been terrible, so. All right, now the question is, where was the underground area where the fridge was? Was it in here? I'm trying to recall how I accessed the underground fridge. I don't actually remember. This is a dead end over here, was it not? Is there a way I got up here? I swear I got up here. Oh, there it is. Weird curve. This isn't it. I can't remember. I legit can't remember how to get back underground. I'm gonna have to try to refigure this out. Wasn't there like a secret passage or something somewhere that we used to get down there? I feel like there was, but I don't remember where the hell it was. This wasn't it. Okay. It's not this way. That's not that basement over there. Where the hell was it? It's here, isn't it? We go back down this way. We open this door. Yeah. We unlock that door. Here we go. So it's not in here, but it's further in. Isn't there another way to try this out?
This orange machine is dead still. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner. Both cables are unplugged from the breaker box. Somewhere in the dark, a giant electrical mammal stirs to life.
Here we go.
Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Chewy, how are you? Chewy says, damn, your stream setup has changed since the last time I was here. Nice to see you, Phil. Sorry I haven't stopped by lately. It's good to see you. Yeah, last 6 to 8 months, everything has changed. Literally, everything has changed. I am now a co-streamer. I stream both to YouTube and Kick. So I got 2 different audiences that I'm interacting with. My entire setup has changed dramatically. Higher quality, better everything. I'm doing way more variety of content now. Instead of just doing games, I'm doing not only podcasting, I'm doing Lego nights, I'm doing special things. I just was doing Smart Guys. My wrestling show revived for 4 months. Good stuff, good variety of stuff, and things are going very well for me. So, yeah. Good to see you back. Okay, so I guess, I don't remember what this did. Which one this activated. Oh, that's right, I need the flashlight, because I can't see down here, right? Isn't it too dark to see? Been in that hatch. Here's the fridge.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red, watching over all the ice cream wrappers hidden inside its belly.
So what do you think of this fridge, Kim? It looks big enough for 2 corpses.
It's certainly an eccentric choice, but it is capacious and cold enough, too.
Your visual confirms you could fit 2 more bodies in the ice bear fridge.
There you go. Kim can get in there too.
Shall we go and get the body, then? I'll take the head, you take the feet. The stairs won't be easy, but we'll manage.
The 2 of you, easily.
Okay, let's do it.
The body is heavier than you expected and stinkier.
It's loud.
Half an hour to get it down to the bed.
Too loud. I can't hear.
Then more to stuff it The lieutenant takes a step back to admire your handiwork.
I don't know why that was so goddamn loud, but okay.
Beautiful. A dead body in an ice bear fridge. This is some of the best police work I've ever done.
You've definitely earned a drink after this. Perhaps even some pagan rites.
Really think it's good work? I'm not sure I believe you. We need to celebrate by performing pagan rites. Let's just say I'm not sure I believe you.
Of course you don't. Look at that. What have we done? We stuffed a dead body in an ice bear fridge. This does not leave this room.
Scorpion says he's taking off for the night. He says if you're live tomorrow, I'll come by and chill. Have a good night. I'll be live all day tomorrow. First stream tomorrow is more Clear Obscure Expedition 33, and my late night stream is Minecraft Chill Stream. So good stuff tomorrow. Vietnamese comrades says the game reminds me of a mission from AC Syndicate where you help Karl Marx. There you go. All right. I think this is a glorious achievement. We did our best with the means at our disposal. I'll say that.
Did we though? Okay, maybe we did. At least we've stopped the body from decomposing further. Now you can conduct another inspection under controlled circumstances.
Inside the icy realm of the ice bear fridge, the corpse stands slumped.
Wow. So because we refrigerated the body, we got 20% added to it, which is excellent. So what we can do this. If it fails, we can actually up perception again and try another time. So let's try.
Your
We
arm
did it!
reaches out and your eyes close.
No
as if
way!
by their own volition. It's dark all around. You feel cold, dead flesh through the latex glove. It's right under the palm of your hand.
I'm shocked we just got a successful roll with 28%. So let's see what this does. This is awesome. What is this? I'm shocked.
His face, his cheeks, his nose, his fat, swollen lips. Like a rubber spider, your gloved hand crawls on his features. Everything is silent, all around.
Okay, well, we've got crawl up his nostrils, put your fingers in his mouth, squeeze his nose. We already did the mouth. Squeeze the nose.
You pick it between your fingers. The mess feels large, very porous somehow. Keep crawling, lest you break it.
All right, crawl up the nostrils.
They are swollen shut. You need to really push to get in.
Push your fingers in.
Only the little one fits. The flesh changes shape as you bore in, searching for something in the cartilage. The thing you're looking for, it's not here either. Crawl out, spider.
All right, put your finger in his mouth.
The oral cavity is cold and moist. A ball-like tongue attaches itself to the base of the mouth, lolling around like a scallop.
That's disgusting.
You're on the right track.
Okay. Play with it, it feels right.
The tongue moves freely in the cavity. The mucus of the mouth is slippery, fragile, even through the latex. From the soft meat, teeth are budding. Hard pearls of bone in the gums.
This is disgusting.
And in the back of the mouth.
The way they're describing it is so gross because you know how dead he is.
Can you feel it? You're so close. Rip his jaws open now. Look in.
All right, open your eyes and look.
A vision of black and dark red death, pried open by your hands and studded with teeth. Looks like he's laughing. Death fumes rising from his throat. And there, in the back of his mouth, above the bell of the uvula, right in the soft palate.
What is it? What the hell is it?
You see a hole, barely visible to the human eye. It is swollen shut, almost vanished. No larger than 0.4 centimeters in radius, the edges appear darkened.
A hole. Did someone stab him in the mouth or shoot him in the mouth?
An abrasion collar. This is what we're after.
Say abrasion collar.
Abrasion collar.
Lieutenant looks in. There's a pen in his hand. His notebook is open at the copy paper. Touch it with your finger gently. Here we go.
A black trickle of liquid runs into his throat from the wound.
Put your finger in. Ugh.
Your index fits right in there. A tight tunnel of flesh opens up. Tissue damage.
Oh,
Wide enough for 2 fingers.
oh, come
As you
on.
push both in, you reach through his mouth, right into his brainstem.
Oh. Feel around first.
The basal ganglia feels clumpy. What entered here has torn apart his reptilian complex.
Push even deeper.
Your yellow fingers slide into the remains of the limbic system. There is no resistance. It's gelatinous. The slug-like structures are damaged too. The tearing extends deep into both hemispheres.
So did he not die from the hanging? He died either from getting stabbed or shot in the mouth, and then the hanging maybe was meant to cover it up. All right, there's a cavity cut right between the hemispheres.
The lieutenant answers with the sound of his pen on paper.
All right, we're going deeper.
Your fingers are all the way in now, reaching toward the inside of his skull. The cavity goes further, but the entry wound isn't wide enough for the rest of your hand to follow. All the muscles in your body harden. Time to enter him.
Obviously, we're not going to punch a hole through his mouth, wriggle in.
Your fingers reach toward his skull. His cerebral cortex feels like jelly. Cold jelly. Strange fluid streams down your wrist as you push deeper until you feel it on the tip of your finger.
Is it a bullet?
Ice cold serrated metal.
It's a bullet.
Its edges cut right through the latex and into your finger.
Wow. So I feel a solid object right under the skull. Let's say that.
Can you get to it?
He searches his pockets for something. Inspect the skull first.
There's a tiny crack, a protrusion in the cranium, right in the back of his head. Your finger must be pointing straight at it from the inside.
So that's why they couldn't see it, because the exit wound, there is none. The bullet stuck on the back of the skull, so you couldn't tell he had been shot.
The object that is in there stops just short of the skull, in the encephalus, knocking this tiny fracture into the cranium.
Wow.
We have the makings of a very small exit wound here.
Okay. Let's go for it. 97% chance to pass. Precise spot of exit wound. Let's do it. Did it.
You pick the object between your index and middle finger. It feels sharp, like metal. With your face twisting from pain and concentration, all you need to do is just...
I got it.
Good.
Let me put your fingers out.
The inside of the head feels cold and smooth, like a glove. Sweat dripping down your brow. Careful not to lose the prize between your fingers. With a plop, your hand emerges from the mouth. The garden glove is covered in blood right up to the wrist.
Jeez.
Between your fingers, a small flower, a blossom made of lead.
So basically, if you didn't have the gloves, if you didn't have the stats, you wouldn't have been able to do it. But we were able to do it because I had the right stuff. That's cool.
A bullet.
Drop it in. Put it in the bag marked evidence. Okay. So he was not hung to death. He was
The bullet
shot and murdered
falls
that way.
in the bag, leaving a smattering of blood on the plastic. He raises the bag under his eyes and says,
A non-caliber. Rifled. Some kind of brittle alloy. Fractured on impact.
Can I have it or keep it, Lieutenant, as a gift? Keep it.
No, you deserve it. We can log it later.
All right, it became evidence now.
We need to add an item to the injury list. Injury number 4. Oval entry wound with an abrasion color. Soft palate, back of mouth. High velocity. Temporary cavity in brain tissue. Small exit wound on the occiput. How does that sound?
Sounds like heaven. Sounds about right. Say nothing. Just say, sounds about right.
Opinion, fatal injury.
Agreed.
And one last thing. We should amend injury number 3. Ligament mark. New opinion,
Yep.
non-fatal. Post-mortem. Treatment.
Okay.
he's proposing the bullet was the real cause of death,
That's right.
and the hanging an attempt to conceal this fact.
Absolutely. The ligament mark, the fractured hyoid bone, it was all treatment.
Yes, and the belt around his neck, the hanging, even dragging him to the yard. All of it was done after this man was already dead.
Agreed.
I have had my doubts since you showed me the tracks. Why did they carry him over? Why not march him, I thought. There was no satisfying explanation.
Very interesting.
There have been other signs too. Small details. Everything is too
Leveled
neatly
again.
designed for us to assign probable cause here. As we did, full-heartedly. Well, no more.
Okay, so who would do this? Why would they do it? I think I need to wash myself. That's probably true. And maybe the bullet holes were more answers. So maybe the bullet holes more answers?
Yes, we should take a closer look at it. I am certain it has more to tell us.
This little thing could reveal much about the weapon that shot it.
Okay. Who would do this?
That's for us to find out.
Yeah.
But this, it will make finding them just a little easier.
Why would someone do
To
it?
hide something. The real killer? The real motivation? What really happened here?
I think I need to wash myself.
Oh, you really, really do. I am glad to hear you say that. Your room in the Whirling in Rags should come with a bathroom. Be sure to make use of it in the evening.
Okay. Very good. Vietnamese comrade says, I think that small interest in Marxism or communism is the reason why stream attendance is always low for this game. I mean, there is a lot of political discussion. There's a lot of psychological discussion. There's racial discussion, and it's all in the terms of the game. The game's never really pushing you in one direction to say that this is right or that is right. In fact, if you haven't noticed in the dialogue choices, you could kind of go either way. But it definitely is a heavy, heavy game when it comes to that stuff. And it's all words. Like, literally, take a look. 99% of what we do in this game is reading or listening to someone narrate. So I get it. I totally get why we don't get good attendance for this game. Like, right now, we have 130 people on YouTube. And we have 74 on Kick, so a grand total of around 200, which is what I said. We usually get around 200 for this game. That's why, you know, there's nothing you could really do about that. It's a different kind of game. All right, so what happens next? Oh, by the way, did they add this? Well, I have another point, so I have 2 points to do now. Did they add this as? No, they just gave me a new quest. I can't see my inventory yet. I do have the bullet in my inventory, but I can't do anything with it yet. Okay. Okay, so what happens next?
We bag the corpse and carry him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can transport him to processing myself, but I will be gone for the rest of the day.
All right, you'll be gone. What should I do in the meanwhile?
Work on the case. Tend to personal matters. Try not to do anything too dangerous. An officer needs backup in a neighborhood like this.
I wonder, with him being gone, if like different options will be available to do that you couldn't do when he was here.
I'll leave that choice to you. And one more thing. Great work, detective.
Cool. We actually did a piece of good detective work.
After you bag the corpse, Lieutenant Kitsuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You can do side tasks and even the main case, but it might be more difficult. Plan his exit accordingly.
All right, well, I wonder, do we tell him to leave? What else do we need to do? We were going to talk to Joyce and tell her that we fully wanted to accept her task of investigating the drug stuff. And we did want to talk with the people in the hotel that we had skipped. So let's not do it yet then. Let's do the other stuff first, and then maybe come back here when we're ready for him to leave. Yeah, let's do that. So, is this the other fridge right here? Do I need the flashlight to see it? Yeah, look. There's the bullet. We can interact with it. Oh, wow. Looks more like a fanciful jacket button than something that could pierce skin, flesh, or bone. That's kind of cool. What was I saying? Now I got confused. Flashlight, right? Okay. Tools. No, I guess not, because there are more than one fridge, but I guess it doesn't really do anything. We already did this. We already went in there and did all that.
This orange machine is buzzing like you slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but no. This is going to need something else.
Yeah.
Some kind of super pry bar. If you want to try again, then you need to have...
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory.
They're saying a super pry bar. There's no way. It's going to be like such a tiny percent. We'll look at it again, but we've already tried this previously and failed miserably.
This orange machine is
Oh,
buzzing
my
like
lord.
an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
So basically, there's got to be another item that we can find that we can use to do this. But we can't do it now, so maybe if we ever find that item, but I haven't found it yet. All right, well, let's get rid of this then. I think if we put this... Well, this is buffs your stats. Let's keep that in your hand again. Do we want to interact with the bullet? Maybe we do. Let's find out. Let's see what happens if we interact with the bullet.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic bag bearing the RCM stamp. Kim has filled out the label on the bag with the item number, case number, and date and location the bullet was found. Beside his orderly handwriting, the bullet looks especially sad, like a tiny, shriveled head of cauliflower.
So what do I do with your bullet? Feel the bullet through the bag.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold, even through the bag.
What do I do with your
What?
bullet? I said, what do I do with your bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not, I would say find the weapon that shot me.
Good idea.
If we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it, possibly to kill our victim. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
So inspect the bullet closer.
The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core.
Okay.
The base of the bullet is close to 5 millimeters in diameter.
All right, maybe it's a 5mm round.
You
Look at the
can just
jacket.
about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. Little hairlines, linear. It feels standard.
And the core.
It's quite destroyed. Some of the fragments are still lodged in the wound.
What can you say about the bullet so far?
It's a jacketed bullet close to 5mm in diameter.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader like those typically found on the streets of Martinez.
Okay.
We were right. This came from a serious weapon.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique
Okay.
means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
We are surprisingly making huge headway in the case tonight. We've played this 12, 13, 14 hours and made zero progress. Tonight we're making tons of progress in this case, so...
Something tells you that won't be anytime soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for a while.
So, here's what we can do. We could try this white check. If it fails, we can add a point to hand-eye coordination. If it fails again, we can add another point to hand-eye coordination because we have 2 points. Remember, we found the antique rifle and we knew the name, so that added a point. I guess we could try it a few times.
You can't remember what happened last week. What makes you think you're going to remember arcane firearm models?
An asshole. All right, let's do it. Where's hand-eye coordination? We're only at a 3. So, let's go for it. Now it's 28%. But they won't let us retry it? Why not? They won't let me retry it. The hell? I thought that was the idea. What if I leave and come back? Oh, by the way, do I have any clothes that give me better hand-eye coordination? I don't think so. No. No. Darn. Nothing here is negative hand-eye coordination, right? No. Okay. So why can't I do it again?
The bullet is still safely sealed
Now I
away
can. I'd
in a
leave and come
plastic
back.
bag bearing the RCM stamp.
All right, let's try. Ready?
A
Did it!
revolutionary period. Your bullet looks to be an old 4.46 millimeter
Wow.
from the surplus left over from the turn of the century. Probably an antique or a retrofitted antique.
We are making massive progress tonight in the story. Okay, make.
The 4.46 caliber was widely used with the Belmargrave rifle, a Revacholian manufacturer. The BM dominated the battlefields of the Insulindian theater of the anti-centennial revolution 50 years ago.
So I'm gonna assume it's pretty hard to find one of these guns. Is anyone still making these rifles?
No, but Zeliger, a major firearm manufacturer, ended up with a surplus after the war. So there are still a lot of these old military rifles floating around, usually broken. The quality was appalling.
So who uses the Bell Midgrave rifles these days?
Antiques enthusiasts, guerrilla fighters in distant countries, a few lucky jamrock bangers. You're looking for a well-preserved antique, most likely.
Which would be very rare.
What are you thinking? Bullet?
I think I know where it came from.
Okay. And?
So the shot probably came from a Bell McGrave rifle.
An antique. That makes sense. There can't be many breech-loading rifles floating around in Martinez, or anywhere in Ravachol, really.
I'd say that's probably a good thing.
I have to hand it to the monarchs. It's quite admirable that they took the advice of criminologists last century and banned the use of breech loaders in peacetime. Some new RCM recruits get impatient with their muzzle loaders once they've trained with military-grade weapons, but they realize it's worth it in the end.
Worth what getting shot. I think we should have more powerful guns. You should consider every shot I like it. Let's say that.
Imagine if everyone, cops, citizens, had access to firearms that could shoot multiple rounds without
So you're talking about
causing
automatic
failure.
weapons.
After the first shot, the second, third, and so on come much easier.
Huh.
But back to the investigation.
Seems like we're looking for antique enthusiasts. Could the victim have been mixed up with foreign guerrilla fighters? Have a well-armed jamrock banger started crossing over into Martinez? Something is mysterious with this antique bullet type.
Mysterious. Okay. Either way, we'll know when we find the gun.
Okay. Now we found a gun, but I don't know. We did find a gun earlier, did we not? I swear we found an antique gun, but what did we do with it? Wait a minute. Wasn't it over here? Wasn't it literally right here?
A few bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
What does this mean? A rifle here.
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
See?
Seems like an old bunker from...
But there's nothing else in the room. Is he saying there may be another room with hidden weapons and maybe that would be what we need? Maybe that's what he's saying. I'm not exactly sure. But that was giant progress. For sure.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace.
Already did this. All right, well, we made plenty of progress. I'm just not exactly sure what to do next. This is where we are. We're in the back of the bookstore. I totally forgot all about this. The back of the bookstore and everything. Nothing else to interact with here? No. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much done here. We could probably leave from the bookstore now if we want. And come back here later. Just investigate and make sure there's nothing we missed here. It doesn't look like there is. I guess I can put the flashlight away now. Boy, I'm so lucky that we just passed those checks because they were low percentile checks and we passed like 28% and we passed it. That's great because we had so much bad luck with high percentile checks. Now we're actually hitting the low percentile checks. Figure that one out, right? Okay. Everyone, if you are enjoying Disco Elysium tonight on the stream, please support it. All right? So far, we only have 2 people who have contributed. It was generous what they contributed, but it would be great to get some more support. Again, we have 8 straight streams hitting the goals, and we want to hit number 9 and keep the momentum going this week. So please support if you can. Okay. Now, what do we have left to do? We can go talk to Joyce again, and we can go talk to the people at the Whirling in Rags. Whirling in Rags is right over here, so maybe we'll just do that next. I want him in tow. I want Kim in tow to do that conversation. Okay.
Let me handle this.
She says about the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Okay.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
She's the gardener from outside. I just wanted to know more about the place before I check it out. That's normal.
Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Ah. Okay.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right. In the meantime, one of my thoughts is about to break through. The derealization thought, apparently. Breakthrough is imminent. All right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Exactly.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Next, she's going to say she's a sovereign citizen. Oh, boy. What's your role in all this? What if we want to talk to you, not Titus? Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Sir.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
She does not like cops. Let's put it that way.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? So basically, you have to take a stance, right? Let's fight against her and say, no, we're principled, unlike you socialists.
Get sober. Do your job. Ask your questions and get the hell out of Martinez.
What is your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
What if I want to talk to you and not Titus?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What are you going to do to me?
What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress.
Well, here we go. I should talk to Titus then. Okay.
Jamais vu. Derealization. Jamais vu. The opposite of déjà vu. Not already seen, but never seen. Everything that should be familiar appears strange and new, like some half-forgotten day in your childhood. Only now. That's the feeling you've been having. And for who knows how long. You should go and ask Joyce Messier about this. What world are we in? This is a fundamental question.
So maybe this is like, all of a sudden you have a realization of how life really is, like the way things run or the way that things go. And it's shocking to you because it should have been apparent, but you never realized it till this very moment. I mean, the other thing could be like what's going on with him, where he woke up in the hotel room, he didn't recognize anything, but obviously this should be familiar to him because it's his hotel room. So I guess it could be two different things. So +1 experience for every orb clicked. All intellect learning caps are been raised by 1 because we learned that. Holy crap. We have other thoughts that we can try to learn. All of these, right? All of these we can learn if we want. But we don't know what how they're gonna help or if they're gonna help. I want to save my point for the checks. So, all right, well, let's see what we got here. I can only talk to him. What's the window? Hawthorne bushes outside. What the hell's that? Who cares about that? Oh, some money. Money just sitting there. What about here? It's a bowl. There's a spit in it. Reeking of tobacco. Ew. It's a spittoon. Ew. Yuck. All right. Well, looks like we got to start conversation with this guy.
This is where you say your bed.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can. Okay.
Detective.
Don't say anything yet. First, we need to talk about your attitude. I'll say nothing yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Cross your arms.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
Okay. We need to talk about the hanged man.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
I forgot we could have done this before we took him down, and maybe the conversation would have gone differently.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Scan the room.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46.
How the hell would you know that from
Eldest
looking at
in
it?
the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet.
Like, the only one you would never know. How would you know someone's shoe size? Everyone's feet are completely different. There's no way you would know someone's shoe size just by looking at them. That's ridiculous.
Across, at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s, and then standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40.
See, I'm confused because I'm trying to remember. It was so long ago when we first looked at those tracks. There was something of the tracks that was indicated, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly what it was.
The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
What the hell's a plectrum? I don't know. The little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over.
Ah.
He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Okay.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing, the one that had the odd sole. I remember one of them had a unique sole to the shoe, right?
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
So one of them is missing.
The fuck is with you, fella?
All right, I found 8 sets of footprints. There's only 7. Where's the 8th?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy. There's 7 of us, and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Huh.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Puh.
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her. She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl. Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn!
Ah.
I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
Okay.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End. You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
You just threatened a cop.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
All right. Well, good stuff. I would say this is a perfect place to split the part because we're going to do 2 parts tonight. Another hour coming up here of Disco Elysium. We have made massive progress in the case. And now because we did the autopsy and all of this, maybe this is going to lead to us actually finding out a lot more in this room. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next part.